So put the question
In the answer.
in the answer.
It's like school.
Okay. I gotta readjust. Getting a wedgie. You guys didn't need to know that. Put the question in the answer.
Okay, first question. Can you tell us about your characters and what you felt when you first read the script?
Wait, before we start, are we answering this back to this camera or this camera? Or does it matter? We just bounce back and forth?
That's a great question.
I'm
I
gonna.
think to this main
To this one. Okay.
I'll
okay.
still, Dan, if they wanna cut it, cause I go to that.
But this one. Okay, great. Could you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Of course I can. Can you tell us about your characters and what you felt when you first read the script?
I'll start it. Yeah. So Trevor is the fiance of Rose. Trevor is the guy who kind of has it all planned out, and he thinks that things are supposed to go according to plan. So when things start going wrong with his fiance, it almost is like, it's almost as like he sort of feels like his life is falling apart. You know what I mean? And he does not know how to get it back. So when I initially read the script, there was a lot of selfishness and neglect in his character and like lack of understanding. But I think throughout the course of, speaking to Parker and kind of just working through these moments with Sosie, it became helplessness, which I feel like was a little more honest and a little more believable for someone to, be in love and to feel like they want to build their life with someone and to have it fall apart. I just feel like he would be at least attempting to be helpful or loving or caring. And, if it doesn't work out, then he's willing to wipe his hands clean. But Trevor in this movie is basically just searching for a way to help, and he just can't quite get it.
Taking.
I played Joel.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to do this? I'll do it.
Yeah, right? We should switch. Okay, so my character is Dr. Rose Cotter, and she is a person who at the beginning comes off quite together, hardworking, passionate about her job, and all of those things are true. But what we discover about her is that she's experienced a lot in her life that she has been kind of sidelining up until this point, and then she goes through something that forces her to face all of her demons, and we kind of watch her contend with her experiences. And she's got two hot guys that
Hey, are we supposed to say her name or just her character's name? Did you guys say her
I
name?
think the
All right.
character.
I play Joel. Joel is a, I think he's a detective, isn't he? He got upgraded to detective? He works in law enforcement. He is Rose's ex boyfriend who still, has a bit of a soft spot for Rose. And when Rose gets herself into trouble, she comes to Joel looking for help, and Joel is one of the only people that's willing to believe her or at least help her out to try to figure out what's going on with her and the whole situation.
Right.
Is he a
Can you
detective?
discuss your
I have
experience
no
working with
idea.
the writer-director Parker Finn?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you discuss your experience working with writer-director Parker Finn?
I think that Parker did something really amazing in terms of building out these characters and these relationships so specifically. And it was really helpful because he also has such a specific visual language that he's using, that we really had the script as the anchor, and he really stuck with his visual language and with how he wanted to tell it, which I think is one of the most the coolest and most unique parts of the film.
Yeah, in terms of working with Parker Finn, I almost felt like one of the kids in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, and like Willy's kind of taking them around and showing them how his world works and like how how things should be and just giving them like an actual visual and explaining things. And that's kind of what it was like the way that Willy Wonka spoke about candy, like his eyes would light up, was the way that Parker would speak about this movie, and like the horror genre in general, and just the dynamic between these characters and the things that only he really knew, or the only things that he could really see, but he would speak about them in a way that was inspirational, you know what I mean? And trying to give me enough to where I can believe the world that I'm in, and it's the world that he's created. So that's kind of what it felt like. And it was actually kind of refreshing to see someone be that passionate about a story that they were so close to.
Yeah, working with Parker was great. Parker is definitely a true fan of the genre. Mm-hmm. So when you work with somebody who really understands how to create a horror film, how to build dread, how to work in the space of, timing and jump scares, and understanding that, that's not all a horror film is about, but you also have to build out the atmosphere and create the sound design, and you're really creating an entire immersive world. And Parker understood that from the ground up. He's understands, from camera all the way down to character. He gives really good character notes. He knows what he wants visually. He really came to the table with a full, thought-out vision. And then to finally see it from script to screen was really pretty amazing to see a lot of the things that he had done. Should I answer my question about Joel again? So I actually don't say the detective thing like a fucking idiot.
I think you're okay.
Well, it's a generic, so you can. If you feel like you
want to, you can.
do it.
But there was a scene in our scene. Wasn't I a detective at one point? Didn't they cut that line out? And I saw the movie last night. I'm like, was I a detective? Right? He's not just a cop. He's a detective. Oh, no.
So the film has a lot of intense scenes. What did you do to break it up and have some fun between takes?
Yeah, the scene definitely, the scene is, intense from beginning, middle, and end. So you almost have to find those moments within the scene just to keep yourself, from losing touch of the reality of it. That's sort of what me and Sosie had a blast doing. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because you're like,
Well, yeah, it was way more intense for Sosie than it was for me.
I'm just laughing because I feel like I was.
You feel like, what? Talk to me.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
That.
It's true though, right?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
no.
when
We had a lot of fun in the scenes. I was chasing you around with a knife, and you were like, what?
Yeah. You kind of have to, like, as if it were a real moment. Wouldn't you be as flabbergasted as you almost are experiencing it as an actor?
Yeah. Yes.
Sort of.
Like 100%. I'm trying to think what else we did.
Intense-wise, like something that kind of stood out to me, which was supposed to be very intense, and it actually was, but we really leaned into like how it would feel to be doing something like that, was that scene when we get out of the car and we have like that argument in the neighborhood and we're like screaming, but it's really late.
It was really late, and I was like, ah!
Yeah, but then instantly would like be disturbed by screaming in a quiet neighborhood, like as you would be though. So it was like almost.
Someone called the cops.
Yeah, they did. They called it. It was a noise complaint, but it's stuff like that that's like really intense, and like you go for it, but at the same time you allow yourself to sit back and say like
this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, yes. There was a lot of that. For sure.
What do you hope audiences take away?
Kyle?
I hope they never smile again. No, I'm just kidding.
That's terrible.
Well, I hope audiences take away. I mean, I hope audiences, when they see the movie, I think I hope they leave the movie having had a good time. You know, I hope they're scared. I hope they're, laughing about being scared. I hope they just really enjoyed their time at the movies.
Wonderful. Let's cut there.
Should I do the Joel thing again? Guys?
I think that.
Mia Lauren Internosha, generic questions. Can you tell us about the journey in bringing this film to the big screen following your success with Laura Hasn't Slept?
Yeah, so the journey of going from a short film to a feature was something that I'm incredibly grateful for, and it was so exciting. It's what you're hoping for when you're making short films, that you're putting them out there in the world. You're hoping somebody is listening, somebody's watching, and that opportunity was huge. And but it's an enormous mountain to climb, your first feature, and I feel like I learned so much on it.
What is Smile about?
Smile is about the fear of the unknown and what it might be like to have your mind turn against you and to experience an unknown evil coming for you.
What was it like working with Sosie Bacon?
Sosie Bacon is an extraordinary actress. I think that she is able to really draw viewers in with this incredibly human performance and making the audience empathize and care about the character, but then taking them to these really heightened, anxious, terrifying places. And I'm so amazed by her performance.
And how about the other supporting cast members? Kyle Gallner, Jesse T. Usher, Cal Penn, etc.
Yeah. Kyle Gallner, has been in so many really awesome genre films over the year, and I've been can I start that one over?
Yeah.
Kyle Gallner has been in so many awesome genre films over the years, and I've been a fan for a long time, and it was so awesome to work with him. He's got this amazing underdog quality about him that makes you want to root for him, and he instantly endears himself to you. Jesse T. Usher just comes with all of this charisma, and he's able to sort of present one way, but then sort of surprise you with where his character goes, and he was awesome to work with. Cal Penn, I feel like, is, I've been such a fan of him for a long time, and I feel like we're so familiar with him in one way, and I wanted to see if I could, sort of cast him in a role that was maybe a little surprising for people.
The smiles in this film are so unsettling. How did you land on utilizing smiles as a device to represent something evil and sinister?
I think that the strength of smiles comes from. Let me see again. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. The smiles in this film are so unsettling. How did you land on utilizing smiles as a device to represent something evil and sinister?
I chose to use smiles as a device to represent the evil in the film because of the strength of their inherent contradiction. I think a smile is meant to be really friendly and warm, but I wanted to see if I could take that and sort of flip it on its head and turn it into the promise of a threat and something really creepy.
What can audiences expect from Smile?
I think they should expect the unexpected. And you want me to repeat the question, right?
I was going to say.
That's a tough question. What, can you say the question again?
What can audiences expect from Smile? So you could be like, something to expect from Smile is definitely.
Yeah. From Smile, audiences should expect to be surprised. I think the movie.
You got it.
Okay. From Smile, audiences can expect a really, frightening ride. It's surprising, it's funny, it's definitely maddening. I hate that too. Hold on.
Watching Sosie's deterioration over time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. From Smile, audiences can expect to go on a really frightening ride, but also a really intense character journey as we watch this young woman really unravel. Can I do that one more time? Yeah? Okay. From Smile, audiences can expect a really frightening, nightmarish ride, but it's also an intense character. How did I say it the first time?
Watching like
It was a frightening ride, but also an intense character journey, and you watch a young woman unravel.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
That's good memory.
Yeah. From Smile, audiences can expect a really frightening ride, but also an intense character journey where we watch a young woman unravel.
That's all the questions.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Can I do that one more time, actually?
Sure.
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
Yeah. From Smile, audiences can expect a really frightening ride, but also an intense journey for a character who's coming apart at the seams. Any better? Something else? Go back.
Just one more time, but like, you know, you gotta take your time with it. Just like,
Yeah.
you got the idea, you know, just start with like,
Trying to avoid the, like,
I think just like lead into like frightening ride, but at the same time, you're watching this young woman unravel at the seams.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is young woman the right?
This character, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So what can audiences expect from Smile? It's a really frightening ride, but it's also an intense character journey. Fuck. Because I keep saying character journey and then I don't want to say character twice. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you're just, you know, you've got just watching this character unravel at the seams,
Yeah.
you know. Is it the
I got it. I've got it.
that's-
I've got it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. What can audiences expect from Smile? It's a really frightening journey of a character unraveling. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah?